Hello, I'm Pixie. Welcome to my channel. I've never recorded audio for my videos before, so if you're new to my channel, that's okay, because I barely made any videos and you can probably finish all of them in like 20 minutes. If you're not interested in listening to my voice, that's okay. Feel free to pop on some music, sit back for 10 minutes, and enjoy the video in your own time. So, right now I'm working on doing some photo studies. Lately I've been feeling that my painting process takes way too long. When it came to my mystery girl painting, it had taken me nearly a year on and off trying to finish it. I kept running into walls because of the method I was using for my painting, which I'll talk about later in this video. I know I'm capable of painting much faster than this, so I wanted to practice and build up those skills. The problem with doing a really quick painting is you don't really get much time to work on the anatomy. So the first few variations of the sketch on this painting are they're a little weird, but don't worry, it gets better the further into the painting I go. Eventually I decide to lower the opacity and try again. I spent a good long time trying to save this iteration of the sketch that I just realised it wasn't happening. What I'm doing here is searching the reference image for shapes and trying to draw them in relation to each other to help me build out the anatomy. Just searching for each of these basic shapes and drawing them down in one go. This is a great way to simplify the complex geometry of a face to help you draw even the most difficult expressions with little experience. So originally I wanted to give myself just 1 hour for this pole painting, however because of the expression it took me a lot longer to sketch than I hoped. So overall this took me about 2 hours to finish. Okay, so I've decided that I can't continue to keep working on the sketch. All I needed from the sketch was to get the general idea down before I worked on the painting side of things, so what I've got right now is fine. I decided that I didn't want to use the colour picker and I want to use the colour wheel and pick the colours for myself. I think it's a great way to work on my colour theory a little bit. I'm not staying completely true to the reference image's colours, instead I'm I'm working on how to choose the right colours for the scene while still be faithful to the reference. If you look at the colours I'm picking, you see that I'm not choosing strictly browns or desaturated orange. I'm trying to use some blues, some purples, and trying to add more vibrant and saturated colours to the picture while still giving it the appearance of the reference image. I'm also not using any pure black or pure white, so it looks more natural. Using pure black or white in a painting can really overpower the rest of the colours. It can look unnatural in a painting designed to be realistic. In a real life photo, you don't usually see pure pitch black unless there is little light or very dynamic light in a scene. Like there's a filter over the image to increase the contrast. Usually you'll find the darkest shadows are a dark brown or a dark blue or purple. Rarely you'll get a pure black. The same goes for pure white. Unless the scene has been lightened or has a high contrast, you're not going to find a pure white. Even if you look at the brightest part of the photo, it's still an off-white grey colour or an off-cream. And that's what I'm trying to replicate with the colours that I'm choosing. I want it to have a brightness, but I want to have it a brightness in comparison with the rest of the painting so it doesn't overpower it.
Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus.
Originally, I wanted to avoid using airbrush and layer filters over the top of the painting, but I started to find that I hadn't added enough depth and contrast to the colours. I don't think I made the brightest areas of the face bright enough, or the darkest areas of the face dark enough, so I had to add something to increase the contrast and bring those areas out more. In doing so, I also went back and added some more saturated points to the area where the shadow meets the light to make them pop more. Something that I was trying to do with this painting was, instead of allowing myself to just focus on one place and continually detail, I was forcing myself to jump around the painting and add details all over as I go, slowly building up the entire painting rather than just focusing on one area. There was a problem that I found with my latest painting was I would spend days working on just this one space, building up the face and painting all these details until it was perfect, and then I would move on to another area of the painting, but in doing so my style would slowly change throughout the painting. The thing that I would do last would be significantly better than the thing I painted first, and I would have to choose between going back to the start of the painting and redoing old things and just allowing myself to finish the painting. If you look at my Mystery Girl painting, you'll find that it was a common problem throughout the painting. I started with the face and slowly worked my way down the body. The hair is a lot more simplistic compared to my latest painting, The Mermaid, and one of the things I did last was the background. It became so much more realistic than some of the areas of the character, except the glass bit on the vending machine. I just wanted it to be over by that point, so I kind of tried to finish that off quickly. But the problem of focusing on one area and then moving on is it's hard to keep the style consistent throughout the painting. Your painting will have highly detailed areas and unfinished looking areas. It's not good. It's not a good idea to allow yourself to stay in one area, and that's why I was forcing myself not to do that with this picture. I wanted to force myself to keep moving throughout the painting and build the whole thing at the same time, so it's all the same level of detail, and to keep the style consistent throughout the whole thing. I'm not as happy with this painting as I am with the other cat paintings I've done in this series, but I am glad that I went through this whole process, because I learned a lot about how to speed up my painting process and paint the whole picture in one go. Hopefully in time I get better at talking in my videos. If you want to hear me do more voiceovers in future, please let me know. If there's anything you'd like me to actually talk about in a video about me or about my process or how to improve, feel free to leave a comment below. I did go to art school and I did game art at university, so I do have a lot I can talk about on those sorts of things. Thank you so much for watching and listening if you did. Keep creating and stay safe, everyone.